Okay, Dan, how are you doing today?
I'm kind of struggling. This is the last one, right?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Well, I just kind of got used to the structure. I mean, I know all things have to come to an end, but
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Okay,
we're off my ass, and away we go.
so talk to me a little bit more about what are you struggling with?
Well, it's that C word, remember?
The change.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
So I get used to this, and it works fairly well. So,
All right.
but at this point, you know, I know how much therapy is, and I know insurance is done, so I just can't afford it, you know. But you know, we kind of got, you know, it's just I don't like it. But you know, like I said, that's kind of where we sit. So, I did kind of what you asked. Well, not kind of. I did what you asked. So.
Which was?
I got that sponsor.
Okay, great. What's the name?
I'm sorry.
What's the name of your sponsor?
The guy's name is Denny.
Denny, D-E?
Mm-hmm.
And Y?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep. He is 31 years sober. No, I'm sorry, 32 years sober.
All right.
Retired Master Sergeant in the U.S. Air Force. Found out he sponsors another guy that hell was a full-blooded colonel, and he sponsors him. It's good. It was actually it's kind of entertaining to watch the sergeant tell the full-blooded colonel what the hell to do. Well, that's kind of interesting. But
I suppose.
he's got. They have some real structure going, and that's the thing I think more than anything that has kind of kept me straight.
All right. So I'm going to go back to the struggling part of it. Excuse me. We did talk last week about how this was coming up, and we kind of went over a couple things that you could possibly do to fill that time that was being taken here. And one of those that you identified was to go to another AA meeting a week, which would put you to 3 per week. Is that still something that you are planning on, or sounds all
I
right?
got this sponsor, and this guy that's not going to work.
Okay.
Okay, I've got to go to 4 if he's going to sponsor.
All right. Okay.
You know, I mean, his slogan was, 3 to stay, 4 to grow. So
Gotcha.
I guess I'm going to go to 4 meetings a week, and we sat down and he picked those specific ones out.
Okay.
And,
So what days will you be going?
Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday.
And Sunday. All right. Okay. Well,
So,
good job for being an overachiever.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
So one of the other things that we had discussed was you guys had gone to that concert, and you had, seen some people who had been using or were under the influence. I think you
Right.
even saw someone that you used to smoke with before.
Right.
And that kind of gave you a little bit of a perspective as to your past use and maybe what that looked like.
Sucked.
Okay, so it sounds like you and Cindy both discussed that a little bit and came to the consensus that, yeah, that probably wasn't real great, and you feel better now about where you're at.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think so.
Okay. We also discussed not only just the attending the extra AA meeting, but that Cindy had a honey-do list for you.
Yep.
So that would be keeping you somewhat busy as well.
Yeah. I'll get to that in 6 months.
Okay. All right. So basically, I just kind of wanted to go over with you the fact that I'm going to be doing your discharge summary.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of send a final report to your employer, along with that discharge summary about how well you've been doing here. We don't go into every single detail with the information I'm going to give to your employer. It'll just show your discharge summary and any aftercare recommendations. At this point, we've achieved a lot of the treatment goals that we initially identified,
Mm-hmm.
which was to keep you employed, keep you sober, help with your physical health, which would be for you to continue in your PT plan.
Right.
And you did go to the doc, and that CPAP seems to be working for you. You're getting better sleep.
Yep.
Okay. So on the discharge summary, it'll just notate the different things that we talked about and the goals that you've achieved. Any aftercare recommendations will probably just be, attend the 4 meetings a week with your sponsor. Does he require extra contact in between the meetings?
Oh, I have to call him for Sunday night at 6.
Okay. What time's the meeting on Sunday?
8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, all right. And 8 a.m. All right. So you'll be having a lot of contact with him, which will be good. At some point, my guess is you'll probably even begin getting involved more in their social activities.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What other questions do you have for me? What do you think needs to happen from this point on?
I think if we're okay with where we're at, continue to do this aftercare plan, continue to work those steps to stay involved in this AA stuff. And just take this, drinking and drugging one day at a time.
Yes.
I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
I've got to keep working those steps and do that stuff. That 4th step is not going to be fun, but it has to happen. So, but I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that? Go ahead.
No, I think that's about it.
So, do you feel that the extra meetings and working with the sponsor is going to provide you that structure and
Yeah, I think
change that you need?
Yeah, I'll need that. We started off with this. I hate change. Well, I've got this structure now, and I don't think it needs to lighten up. I think replacing that, and that four to grow. I'm still fairly new in recovery, so I've got to still continue to grow and do that crap.
Okay.
And this guy's been sober forever and a day, and he's still doing it. So, and I got a lot of respect for him for what he continues to do. So, I want what he has. I'll just do what he does.
Perfect. Great. Cindy's still on board, going to Al-Anon.
She still goes twice a week. So.
Excellent. It sounds like since we first started here, you didn't really want to be here, and I get that. You were here because you had to be to keep your job.
Yep.
And you have kept that job, and you have remained sober. And it sounds like you're feeling a lot better health-wise, getting more rest, getting a little bit of mobility maybe back, little.
Plus it was little.
I get you. But on the flip side, some of that physical activity probably helps with your mood a little bit too.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So I think if you continue the PT plan, continue the use of your CPAP, so you're continuing to get that rest you need. That lowers that irritability, frustration factor, not just at home, but period.
Yeah.
Okay. What is work like for you right now?
I go, I do my job. I kind of take pride in what I'm doing, but I don't deal with any other people very much. I just kind of keep to myself, and that's fine. Because when I get out of there, I'm starting to, there's it's kind of a whole different life now. And I work real hard and not taking those people personal.
Okay.
So
have you been able to? Have you had anything that in the course of this treatment that has triggered you at all? Have you been able to identify any triggers for your use?
Oh, well, yeah, I went to that concert, and the smell of fresh weed, and if I get pissed off at Cindy, it's like, I may want to go smoke, but, that's just, I've got some sources, with Denny and a couple
Okay.
other guys I've met that it's like, I can tell you that.
Great. So it sounds like if you have a trigger pop up, you have somebody that you can contact and talk about it and get through that without actually using.
You got it.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, I think you have done what you came here to do. And the overall goal was for you to retain that position so that you could retire from the railroad in 3 years.
Yep.
So I think you're well on your way to doing that. And I believe that you've appeared somewhat more positive about things here. Your mood seems to be somewhat better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Do
Very
you
much
feel that way as well, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
very much so. I
Has,
don't have any bitches, really.
great. Has Cindy made any comment about the changes she's seen?
No and yes. No comment is positive.
Okay. No news is good news.
Got it.
I get you. Okay. All right. So, what'll happen is I'll do up the discharge summary. I will send that to your supervisor there at the railroad. I have his name somewhere in the file. And I think aftercare will just be going to those meetings. Any triggers, you would contact your sponsor. Continue with your physical therapy plan. Continue use of your CPAP.
Yep.
Okay. And then on the bottom, I'll just put a caveat that if you feel you need to ever come back to work through something, you're certainly welcome to do so.
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Workable plan.
Hopefully my insurance pays for it.
Well, I think you're covered with this because it was mandated by your job.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think you're pretty good on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, sounds good to me, Christine. Thank you for
Great.
all you do.
It was great working with you. All right.
And we'll just keep going with this. Art Association will be fine.
All right. Thank you.